Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Division I Women's Tennis Selection Show. I'm your host, Will Haskett. Well, with no championship contested a season ago, this has been a really long wait for many teams looking to raise the trophy this year. That includes Stanford, whose pursuit of a record-extending title was delayed a year ago. They remain our reigning champions from 2019, but who else will try to win it all? 64 teams will compete for this year's title, with first-round matches coming up this Friday. The bracket has 30 automatic qualifiers this year and 34 at-large berths. And with only a few days to prepare for those opening matches, let's not delay the drama any longer and dive right into the bracket, shall we? We start with the top overall seed, which shouldn't shock anybody close to the sport this year. It belongs to North Carolina. This may be the year the Tar Heels get that elusive national championship. The 2014 runner-ups have not lost and enter fresh off the program's 5th consecutive ACC title. Sarah Davatilla was named the Player of the Year in the conference. She ranked 2nd in the nation in singles, having lost just one match this season while teaming with Cameron Mora for the 3rd best doubles duo in the land. McKenna Jones and Elizabeth Scotty are ranked 4th in doubles too, for a deep lineup that only went to the final point on 2 occasions this season in that undefeated mark. The Tar Heels open with MEAC champion South Carolina State in the opening round. And at large for Arkansas, making its first tournament since 2017 to battle Old Dominion, which captured the Conference USA title and the automatic qualifier. Kentucky is next. The top doubles tandem in the country gives the Cats a slight edge in pursuit of that first point, which will come against a team right now on the edge of its seat. We take a breath for Syracuse, the Orange sneaking in to their 3rd straight tournament. San Jose State battled to earn an AQ from the Mountain West, which gets them a trip to another team fresh off a big conference win. That would be 16th seeded Cal. How about the memorable win in the Pac-12 championship over UCLA, sending the Bears flying into their 38th NCAA tournament. Haley Javara's straight sets win at #1 singles was the catalyst to victory and a springboard to perhaps bigger things to come this postseason. All right, from one seed line to another, 9 seed belongs to UCF. Back-to-back AAC champs got the Knights their 7th tournament berth. Watch out for red-hot Rebecca Stolmar, who just lost 2 total games in both doubles and singles in the championship showdown with Tulsa. She looks to stay red-hot against Big South champion Charleston Southern, the first-round opponent here. Another precious at-large belongs to FIU, whose lone loss came in their conference championship match. They'll take on Miami, an at-large from the ACC, for the 35th tournament berth all time. A strong season for 2009 national champion Duke gets the Blue Devils their 32nd berth and a first-round date with another power program that was hoping for an at-large. Alabama safely in for the 16th time. They'll be traveling to the site of our 8th-seeded team, as will Southland Conference champion Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The 8th seed, by the way, that belongs to Baylor, runner-ups this year in the Big 12. The Bears return to the tournament after missing out in 2019 and having to wait 2 long years now to get back. Baylor has risen to every challenge this season, with the exception of those pesky Longhorns, are 23-0 against all opponents not named Texas. All right, we keep on moving. The 5th seed this year awarded to Pepperdine. The Waves have made every tournament since 1988, and the streak continues this year after the program's 8th straight West Coast Conference crown. Depth is a big part of the run this year, with only 11 losses at the 4, 5, and 6 single spots in the lineup. The Waves enter with every player in the lineup with a winning record this season, and 2 players in singles with at least 18 consecutive match wins going into this NCAA tournament. Big Sky champs Northern Arizona head to Malibu for that first-round matchup. They'll be joined there by UC Santa Barbara, the Big West champs, who face the most decorated team in the sport. How about this pod? Stanford, they'll be there as also in the opener against UCSB. Some streaks might come to an end this year. The Cardinal could not win a 5th straight Pac-12 title, and the path to a 3rd straight national championship will certainly be challenging, but the Cardinal are dancing for a 39th straight season, a record of perfection they only share with UCLA. Our next group of 4 begins with Big Ten runner-up Michigan taking on a grateful group of Owls. Hello, Rice, an at-large berth for the program's 13th NCAA tournament appearance. Boston made the most of a limited schedule to win the Patriot League AQ and a trip to Baton Rouge, where LSU will host as the 12 seed. Ranked inside the top various points this season inside the top 10. The Tigers matched a program best ranking during the course of the year. The respect continues with the at-large selection and 3 all-SEC performers awarded to close out the season. Seniors Taylor Bridges and Paris Corley were joined by sophomore Sophia Carrington. They were all members of the 2021 SEC All-Second Team. Another host, another seed line. It's the 13. This time it belongs to Georgia Tech. The 2007 national champions enter with the second-ranked doubles duo in the country in Victoria Flores and Kenya Jones. Both are also top 20 ranked singles players, with Jones in the top 5 during the latest rankings. How much help the Jackets get behind those two will determine their longevity coming up in this tournament. Sunbelt champ Georgia Southern will make it an in-state battle in the first round. It'll also be a short drive across the border for North Florida, the A-Sun winners, getting an SEC-tested Ole Miss coming up in the first round, back to the tournament after missing out in 2019. 4 more to go on this side of the bracket. It starts with Texas Tech getting an at-large berth, which is not surprising out of the Big 12. But there may be a few interested eyes out west pleasantly surprised when they hear the next name. San Diego, you are in the Toreros, dancing in the NCAA tournament this year. Grand Canyon knew it was in and now know the spot. They captured the WAC for the program's first ever NCAA tournament berth. Congratulations to the Lopes. The reward is a date with UCLA, the 4 seed, and one of 2 programs, as we mentioned earlier, to have played in every single NCAA tournament. The 2008 and 2014 national champions enter with a little chip on their shoulders after a loss in the Pac-12 final. Abby Forbes has been top 10 in the country in singles this year. She's certainly motivated as well, losing in that Pac-12 finale to Cal for the first time in a match since way back in early February. All right, we are halfway home and unveiling the bracket, but 8 seeds remain and 32 teams still in total to unveil. We'll get right back to the other half of the bracket after this short break.
For the win! If a champion can teach us anything, it's to stay hungry, to keep our resolve, and to prepare for what's next. So to the players in the college sports community who never stop believing, the end goal is in sight, the ultimate rally, a comeback for all ages. For the fans, the teams, and most importantly, the players. Let's bring on the next champion. We're ready.
Welcome back to the 2021 NCAA Division I Women's Tennis Selection Show. North Carolina is the top overall seed, and a few nervous teams are still celebrating after hearing their names called earlier, but there are several more out there right now who want to end the wait. So let's get right to the bracket and end all of the remaining drama. We start back on now the right side of the bracket. The 3 seed belongs to Georgia here in 2021. It's the 34th appearance for the 1994 and 2000 national champions. They were led then by head coach Jeff Wallace, who is still in charge today and fresh off being named the SEC Coach of the Year. He watched his ladies win another SEC title with senior Katarina Jokic added to the award hall as the Conference Player of the Year. She has not lost to any top 50 ranked player in singles this season. That level of star power at the top of the lineup gives the Bulldogs an edge in almost every matchup. Ohio Valley champion Austin Peay will travel south to Athens to do battle in the first round. Furman will be there too. The Southern Conference champions will battle it out with Wake Forest in as an at-large here in the opening round. No sweat for Tennessee, making its 28th tournament appearance, where Colonial champion James Madison will be the opponent in round 1. LIU won the Northeast as an automatic qualifier as well, and they all travel to the site of our 14 seed. That belongs to Virginia. No shortage of firepower at the top of this lineup. 2 top 10 ranked single players in the nation. Both Emma Navarro and Natasha Subhash have been spectacular all season. They can be leaned upon for points against any team in the country, and so will the Cavaliers have the rest of the points necessary to make the most of their 20th trip to the NCAA tournament. Florida earns the 11 seed here in 2021. McCartney Kessler anchors the lineup for the Gators, who make their 38th tournament appearance. Kessler top 10 in singles and pairs with Marley Zine as a top 10 doubles unit as well. Florida owns 7 national titles, second most of any program, with the last one coming back in 2017. The path to title number 8 will start with MAC champs. That was Siena here this year, which makes just its second ever tournament appearance and the first since 2006. It'll be a long trip to Gainesville, but I'm guessing this team would walk if it meant securing a berth. We say hello to Southern Cal, the Trojans, in as an at-large selection. The two-time national champions get another power conference at-large team as the opponent. Oklahoma will also make the trip to Florida, snagging an at-large spot here. All right, from one challenging pod to another, South Carolina gets an at-large berth. The Gamecocks strong at the top of the lineup with a couple of all-SEC players at the 1 and 2 spots in singles. Mia Horvath became just the third different player in program history with multiple first-team selections, while Megan Davies captured second-team honors for her play this season. This berth marks the 30th NCAA tournament in South Carolina program history. They battle a team getting ready to celebrate history. The sound you hear is the Cyclones coming. Iowa State makes its first ever NCAA tournament after a run to the Big 12 semifinals. VCU will be there as well, celebrating its A-10 championship all the way up to the Rams battle with 6-seed NC State, which is headlined by 3 all-ACC players. The Wolfpack earning a spot in the program's 11th NCAA tournament. That is a program first for postseason recognition. Anna Rogers, Alana Smith, and Adriana Ramey have 14 years worth of college tennis experience between them heading into this tournament. All right, we are quickly working our way through this bracket. 1/4 of the bracket to go. It starts with the 7 seed, and that belongs to Florida State. 22nd tournament appearance for the Seminoles with Julia Perron at the top of the lineup. She earned all ACC honors after spending the year at the top of the singles lineup as well. It's not her first all-conference award, however. In fact, she has it to all Big Ten and all SEC awards in her trophy case. An impressive career, to say the least. Alabama State is the SWAC champ and headed to Tallahassee, where Oklahoma State will be there as well in the Panhandle, snatching an at-large spot to battle a fellow at-large team in Auburn. A 13th tournament appearance for the Tigers, tested as always in the challenging SEC. Carolyn Ansari was one of 2 Tigers to earn second-team conference honors, and she enters the tournament red hot. She's won 5 of 6 matches and was a strong 12-3 in dual matches, mainly at the swing spot in number 3 singles. All right, one unseeded team gets the benefit of hosting this week, and that will be Northwestern. The Wildcats' 31st tournament appearance starts with Big East champion Xavier, which makes its second trip after a debut back in 2016. Drake won the Missouri Valley to snag an AQ and draws 10-seeded Texas A&M in the first round. Tournament tested and a very tough out. The Aggies have beaten 7 of their last 9 ranked opponents, with the only losses coming to powerhouse Georgia in the SEC. This marks the 26th tournament appearance for the 2013 national runner-ups. Back-to-back pods with Big Ten hosts as Ohio State is the 15 seed. The Buckeyes claim their 3rd Big Ten title in program history, with all coming since 2016. It was even sweeter this year to do it in the final over rival Michigan. Lisa Hoffbauer got the clinching point in singles and was named tournament MVP. The team win was the 13th in a row and carried momentum onto this seed line and, hopefully, forward. They get a tournament-tested team in UIC, which won yet another Horizon League championship and now hopes for its first NCAA round win in its 17th trip. Ball State made some magic to win the MAC and earn a trip to Columbus, squaring off against Vanderbilt, the 2015 national champions, slotting in here. All right, just 4 teams to go, and Arizona State is the final Pac-12 team, earning an at-large selection to the tournament, squaring off against another fortunate crew from the SEC. Hope the wait was worth it. For Mississippi State, the Bulldogs are dancing for the 9th time in program history and represent the final at-large berth here in the bracket. Denver, the Summit League AQ, and in the tournament for the 10th time with the tall task of taming 2-seeded Texas in the opening round. The 1993 and 1995 national champions make the tournament for the 37th time. Fresh off a Big 12 title with a win over Baylor, the Longhorns roll into the tournament with only 1 loss this entire season. That came to, you guessed it, North Carolina. We could have a rematch in this tournament. If it happens, it'd be all the way at the very end. All right, there you have it. All 64 teams, they are still alive in pursuit of one national championship. And we won't have to wait long to serve it up with first and second round action this coming Friday and Saturday at our 16 local host sites. The winner of each site advances to the USTA National Campus in Orlando, Florida, where each will compete for the national championship contested from May the 16th to the 28th. The event will be hosted by the University of Central Florida and the Greater Orlando Sports Commission. The team quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals will air live on the Tennis Channel, so make sure you keep up with the schedule and the rest of the live stream scores and updates right here on NCAA.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Will Haskett. Congratulations and best of luck to all of the student athletes competing in this year's championship.
For the win!
If a champion can teach us anything, it's to stay hungry, to keep our resolve, and to prepare for what's next. So to the players in the college sports community who never stop believing, the end goal is in sight. The ultimate rally. A comeback for all ages. For the fans, the teams, and most importantly, the players. Let's bring on the next champion. We're ready.